Hey guys, it's Gummer here with another Warhammer 8th edition battle report. It's been too long, sorry, this has been a few weeks. This game was played back on my last club day, second game of that, and I've lost my notes for it, so I'm just going to go through and the notes aren't that great anyway, but they do tell me what happens in magic phases, so I guess we'll just go off what's on the screen. I do have another Wood Elf game coming up against another opponent as well. And I just need to get it together. I played that still probably 2 weeks ago, so sorry, it's just been a bit flat out. And yeah, I'm going to have some more eighths coming. We've got a tournament at the end of October. That's going to be eighth. I'm still fiddling around with some eighth, 8.5 type rules. Um, but I do want to get some AOS stuff in as well, but I just got to get some stuff painted and fiddled around with that. But I'm just seeing what happens with the comp stuff. I've got no motivation to just put anything on the table. I'd rather be restricted, so I'll just see what floats up. It seems like there's a couple of comp packs out there, and I might do some lists up for that and then see. But anyway, oh geez, and there's Kings of War coming too, and I've bought that, so hopefully when it drops late August, I'll get a game or so of that. Anyway, this is just using our 1750 slow go um, armies. Mine's the Demons, his Wood Elves, and it's awesome, awesome Wood Elf painted army. I'm just going to thieve his colour schemes, I think, for my Wood Elves when I finally get around to do them. And anyway, let's see how it goes. So magic, I mean, I get Gateway, I get Blue Fire on one unit, um, Searing Doom and Glittering Robes on my level 2 Herald on the disc. I guess they're the ones that I sort of need. And he's got Shadows, he's got Occams, and yeah, Pit, which I guess is not that useful against me, but then Miasma and the Withering obviously sucks, so yeah, he gets what he needs, and he's got a level 4, and as I'm finding, I'm struggling against level 4s when it comes to them casting, because I just, you've got to throw so many more spells. Now, Wood Elves, I don't know, I've got of unit of Furies and the Screamers, and they're going to just have to try and take out his small units of scouts and way watchers and things. So there's no artillery to take out. So yeah, I dropped left, right with some pink horrors and screamers and furies and stuff. I really wanted his wild riders to go down, and he finally put his wild riders down on the right flank. Oh, sorry, my right, his left. So I put my skull cannon over here on the left to try to get a flank shot. That was the purpose of that. And then you can just see where I've put the blood crush, and again the blood crushers were put down. I'm trying to remember if they were put down before or after his Wild Riders, but I was in a position, I thought, to try and frenzy bait these guys and get them in the flank with my Blood Crushers if I had to. Hence why they're sort of faced off over in that direction. And my Herald was dropped obviously after all that as well, so he's there as well to lend some Searing Doom because I mean, geez, it's just the Wild Riders that scare me. If I can get rid of them early, maybe I can start shooting some magic at his small units and knock some out. And over here on his left flank, he's got some scouts in the forest there, and 3 warhawks, and behind them, I think it's 5 or 6 Weight Watchers, maybe 5. Ted Glade Guard, maybe True Flights, can't remember. The scout, he's got those Glade Riders just there ready to come on at some point. He's got another unit of like 12 or 14 Glade Guard, maybe True Flights. I think some have poison, I can't remember what. In the forest there, he's got, I think it's 5 War Dancers and his level 4's in there. And then he's building up some Wildwood Rangers, so there's a unit there. I'm not sure how many there are. There looks to be, about, I don't know, whatever it is, 15 or so. And he's got some more Way Watchers on the hill, his Wild Riders, and 1 Eagle. I get turn 1. So I fly up and over these guys and take out a couple of his scouts just to try and knock them down. Move up with pink horrors. I'm going to use this unit over here really. I can't remember what it had in spells, but it was more just chaffing as well and stuff like that. That's what they're doing. The Furies pop in for a second round charge somewhere and lose guide to dangerous terrain in that forest. And over on the right, so I decide to just give up the Screamers, these wild riders if I have to, and then with the overrun, hopefully get some type of charge with the Blood Crushers. I just totally forget that the eagle's sitting up there, which comes back to bite me. And I don't know what to do with this 150 point sink of Zench flaming chariot thing. I move it up a little bit, but again, it's there in case there's a flank charge at some point or something. Yeah, not a whole lot. The middle horrors, I think they're the guys with gateway, are they? Yeah, they are. So they move up in range to shoot something. I don't think magic did much, to be honest. I can't remember because we go to shooting and I get a flank shot and I kill all but two of the wild riders. I can't complain about that. And then in his turn they go in. They'll probably still beat those screamers. And there's just a mess here. So I think his couple of scouts have gone in as well as the warhawks have come into my screamers. So yeah, it's just going to be a mess in there. And the rest of his army doesn't do a whole lot, just moves up into range and starts shooting at things. Yeah, his eagle drops in front of my blood crushers, which I just didn't even see, which, I guess I could have spent some shooting on it and stopped this from happening, but I don't look that far ahead, obviously. And this is what he loves to do, my guys. He withers this guy. Only rolls a 1 on his withering, which I can't complain about, but then, shoots it off. I don't think it's ever lasted past turn 1 against this guy. And then he just loads all his archers into this unit with the Infernal Gateway and gets them down to just 5 guys. We've got combat in the forest over here. I'm losing people, but I think we stick. Don't think we do much back at all. And yeah, I do manage to kill a wild rider, but yeah, 2 of them just take out my scream as they pop, and he rolls a really low overrun and ends up there, which is good for him. So now I'm totally blocked. I mean, the other guy could send the Herald in, but I don't think he's going to do a whole lot. And so after combat over here, looks like the screamers have popped and there's just Furies standing behind them now. And yeah, so I don't know what happens there. Maybe I've gone in, charged in there, probably have. And I've charged in here with the Blood Crushers. Might as well take out this Eagle and reform and start going after those Wood Rangers or something like that. Try shoot off that Wild Rider just with magic. My Flesh Hounds come on, which is good, and I just plonk them straight behind these Way Watchers. I mean, they can just move out of the way, but that's what happens. And I throw Infernal Gateway at this unit and don't roll very high, but enough to kill a few of them. Enough that now I've got a shot at his level 4 with my cannon. So I take the shot, I hit, I wound, and then I roll a 1 to wound. Not a 1 to wound, sorry, I roll 1 wound. So that would have been a game changer, and he was breathing a sigh of relief after that one. I've miscast as well at some point. You said I got 3 horrors down there, so I'm not going to have Infernal Gateway for that much longer. Yeah, the eagle dies, and we do a stupid reform, pointing straight ahead for some dumb reason, when I could have angled it more to potentially get the Wildwood Rangers in a charge. And yeah, those 2 Furies don't last. They're dead. These guys come in on their turn now to take out my horrors. And he's just moved up. The Wild Riders just nicked off behind my Bloodletters. Why not? And you can see at the top, so it's a bit of a mess at the top. He sent the remaining 2 Way... War Dancers in front of my Flesh Hounds, and then he sent his Way Watchers off out of their arc, heading towards the forest. And his level 4 dropped out and jumped into the big unit of Glade Guard at the top. And these Glade Riders come on, so now he's behind me with some annoying units I've got to do something about. And he miasmas these guys to slow them down. So, and again, he only rolls a 1 for that. So I'm lucking out on these rolls when he's got to do dynamic characteristic hexes on me. Yeah, and as you can see, he does withering on this cannon and only rolls a 1 for that one too. So very lucky that it's not any worse. He takes some shots. He gets my Herald down to 1 wound. So he's not long for this world, but at least he lasted that. He's got 1 shot at taking out this Wild Rider. God. And the shooting Takes out a couple more of my pinkies, and then more shooting, and there goes that unit. And I don't think he does anything to the cannon that's been withered, I don't think. But he does smash up these pink horrors, but they don't pop, so they're at least holding this unit up, and I can get a charge with my cannon. Which is what I do. I send the cannon in. This is my turn 3. Got to get rid of these eagles. So in we go. And yeah, I mean, because of my stupid position, I couldn't charge those guys, so I had to just move around. I send the herald over to trying to get out of some range of these glade guard and just try and shoot this wild rider off. And I've turned this unit. They got blue fire, I think. This unit of pinkies down the bottom. And I've separated my herald out purely just to go, hey, look, you got 2 targets. Why not? And yeah, this guy delivers. Searing Dooms that off, so I finally get the points for that. And we kill 2 eagles, one's left, we break them, and we can't catch them with anything, which is frustrating. And yeah, those 2 war dancers died to my flush hounds. And I get it in the back. So I didn't get enough dice, I don't think, so I couldn't fire blue fire. I was going to blue fire the glade guard if I could, but either I didn't get enough dice or it just spelled it, I can't remember. But yeah, now they've got elves in the back, and they're not going to like that. And his glade guard make the long charge. It's not that long, but you know, I tried to give him as long as charge as I could, so that herald's going to die. And I think he just takes shots here with the way watchers over here, but they're okay. Oh no, it looks like no, sorry, the way watchers look like they shot my poor herald elf. So he's dead. And this could be shooting. There, shoots at the pink horrors, and there's only one left. Doesn't get them all. I lose some more shooting, and my herald dies. And my pink horrors die. Now it's all falling apart. We double charge the warhawk and try to get him off the board, but he's still a few inches off. And this is where I'm just dumb. And I was debating this. I was like, well, I should just march block test and just go as hard as I can, 14 inches left, and try to get back over to the action. Because I really need, if I can take out his level 4 and that unit of glade guard, you know, I'm still up, I think. If I could do that and just ignore what's behind me over here. But I'm dumb. I turn around to face these way watchers. And I take a cannon shot at this dude and either fail to hit or wound or something. And he's still alive. These guys just come over here to try and get a charge here. And in his turn 4, his eagle rallies and comes back up and blocks me again. So they've been very annoying. So in his turn 4, he drops the level 4 out, gets out of the way of all my guys, and he's just going to take that charge. Obviously, I've also damaged that unit from some type of shooting as well, because it's only got 6 guys left or whatever. And of course, yeah, with shooting and stuff, he takes out a blood crusher. Plus, he just moves his way watchers around the side, which is why I'm thinking, why did I do that? I should just kept going full throttle to the left. We finally get back into contact on my turn 5 with this eagle, or whatever it is, hawk, and hopefully this time get him. And my flush hounds go into those 6 glade guard at the top. We should be able to beat them, I hope. And these blood crushers learnt their lesson, just still going as quick as we can this way. But I mean, that's, you know, in hindsight, you know, it would have been a little bit closer, and his guy would have had to been further to the left and even possibly even in charge arc, my flesh hounds initially. So bad. I do get some luck here, and his way watchers get taken out with the Rain of Chaos table, so I'll take that point. And yeah, that single pink horror finally dies to some shit. I think it must have died to the warhawk, and then we killed the warhawk, so we finally get the warhawks. But yeah, that's it. And the flesh hounds beat the eagle. The elves run them down, and I think they go off the table or something, because that's why I'm going that way. So bottom of turn 5, not a whole lot. I mean, he just sort of comes up behind me and tries to shoot me. These guys turn around and take some shots at my cannon, but don't do any damage or I save it or whatever. And so my turn 6, and I got one thing to do, and I just turn around and try and shoot his level 4 off, which then I roll a misfire and roll a 1 and blow myself up. And that's where it ends. There's not, he can't take out my. I don't think he has enough shooting to take out Blood Crushers, so that was it. And yeah, with that, I went down. I've only got the Blood Crushers and Flesh Hounds left, but if I'd taken his level 4 and not blown my cannon up, I think it would have been the other way. So it was a pretty close game. And I just find these elves just, they run me around like nothing else, but I guess that's what they're supposed to do. A couple of boneheaded decisions in there cost me, I think, which I may have just been able to take out more units at once um, instead of leaving parts of them around. But anyway, it's yeah, they're a tricky army to face. And the next game I'm playing 2500 Demons, playing around with a Lord of Change in that list against 2500 Wood Elves. Different opponent. So we will see how that goes. I'll try to get that up at some point. Anyway, hope you like it, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you guys.